You have so much on your plate to do. You want to get there, but you just aren't motivated. If you feel like that, I just want to tell you, you're not wrong. I'm Tami Green. I'm a life coach. I was a life coach before it was cool. Okay, let's get right into it. If you're feeling unmotivated, I want to tell you there's good news. I'm here to tell you to trust yourself, to listen to yourself, because you know better than anyone. And if you're feeling unmotivated, it's because you're telling yourself, I don't want to do that. Now, there's all kinds of ways to motivate ourselves, but I want to tell you something even more fundamental than that. There's a difference between forced action, anxious action, or inspired action. How do you get into inspired action? I'll give you an example of something that is personally really hard for me right now. That is, I moved to a new city and I have a lot of social anxiety. I know I don't present that way because I'm a speaker or I'm a life coach or I'm on social, but I have a ton of social anxiety. There are reasons for it that, trust me, I've explored ad nauseum. But basically it is, I'm terrified to go out in this city alone. Please, God, do not make me go to like X club and walking club and meet people. I just cannot imagine doing that. I am not motivated to do the things that you're supposed to do to make friends in a new city. I can't force myself to do it. So if you're feeling like you just can't force yourself to do something, that's okay. Today I'm going to show you how to get into inspired action. So my goal is to meet friends. The reason I moved to Austin is to become part of a community that's more like me, right? Yes, I want to build community. I very strongly want to have deep connections here. I want that. Do I want to do the things that get me there? It's not that I'm unwilling. It's that my body will not do it. I just can't do it. I am going to tell you a little bit about how this inspired action has worked with this particular thing about building community. A lot of it has to do with we think we should be doing things a certain way, but you have to realize there are so many different ways to accomplish that thing that you really want to do that your mind does not even understand them all. And that's why you're getting stuck, because you think you have to get to your goal by doing it this particular way. But today I'm going to show you how to get there with a different way, a way where you feel in control and you want to get up that morning and do those things to get you there, and you feel on top of the world. They feel easy and they give you energy. We never get the answers while we're thinking about the problem. You already know what the problem is. I know what the problem is. I don't want to go out there and put myself out there and be the alone person in a group of people I don't know. That's my problem. And I have looked in why I have that problem, whatever, trauma, family of origin, lack of skills. It's not lack of skills, obviously I can talk, but so that's the problem. I just don't know what the solution is. I don't know. I've tried to make the plan of I'm going to go to this meeting, and it's not that hard for some people. I already know the meeting I want to go to, and then it's an hour before the meeting time, and I'm like, no. I would much rather just watch Netflix or whatever. That's not wrong. But if I beat myself up about it, it's not going to go well. What I need to do is say, I'm not thinking about it. Oh, but I feel lonely. I really want to connect with people. And then my mind twists off on all these things I need to do. It never works. I don't know what to do because everything I can think of is not getting me there. It's not the thing to do. Trust yourself that it isn't the thing to do. And when I say If you're feeling unmotivated, it's not the thing to do, because here's the thing I want you to know. Inspired action is not only more fun, but it feels good. And the fun, feeling good part is your body, your soul telling you, this is the way to do it. And if you can get into that inspired action, it's the right way. It's the fastest way. It's the way that opens up more possibilities to you. So you want to get an inspired action. You want to take your mind off of that one thing you're stuck on. That one thing. I don't feel motivated today we're going to do something really simple. I'm just going to say something. I don't feel like I want to brush my teeth today, whatever it is, okay? So don't worry about it. Stop thinking about brushing your teeth. That feels counterintuitive. But have you already thought about brushing your teeth? Do you feel any more motivated? So how do you do this? There are lots of ways to get inspired. We'll call it the negative way, or there's the positive way. The negative way, let's just say working out or health in general. I can try to motivate myself that I don't want to do, but eventually this negative thing's going to happen that's going to force me to do it. Let's just say worst case scenario. It can get so bad, I end up in the hospital, right? And then I get really motivated because they're bringing in a nutritionist, right? Or I'm like, God, I really, really am motivated now because I had a heart attack. The example of brushing your teeth is I'm not motivated, I'm not motivated, and I'm not motivated. Oops, I got to go to the dentist. So what I'm saying is you can get inspired two ways. One is just the negative way. Just don't do anything for a while. You will get inspired eventually. For some of us longer than others. But do I want you to suffer? I don't. You don't want to suffer. So there's an easier way, getting to the positive motivation, the inspired action, the thing that works for you. And here's how you do that. The first thing you do is you say, I am going to try to get inspired to do this thing as much as possible in the way that I learn it. Thank God we have YouTube, we have Substack, we have TikTok, we have all kinds of things we can go to make us inspired. Take the subject of, I want to lose weight. Let's just say that you are 40 years old and there's nowhere in your family that they've been thin. But that's something you really want. So you just start looking at videos. I want to be inspired by people that are 40 years old, whose family's never been thin, but they are thin. And actually their kids are thin, and for the rest of the generations, they're thin. What might happen there, instead of beating yourself over the head that you have to work out more or eat right, all these things that you keep saying I'm not motivated by, you might find out that the reason is because there's something genetic going on with your family. And you can take a pill and fix that. So you see the difference in this uninspired, anxious, unmotivated action that's I got to work out, I got to eat. And your body's like, no. Or it's I want to get in better health or fit. And then you're like, if I get inspired, if I follow the trail of my curiosity about this, if I'm open to not beating myself up or being on the problem, if you follow the trail of your curiosity, it's going to lead you to better answers for yourself. So in this scenario, you find out, oh my gosh, I can't lose weight because of this thing. I have this hormonal problem that I can just take pills for and feel better. And it kind of solves everything. You can use this with anything. So first step, get off the problem, get off beating yourself up. Second step is get into inspiration. Find inspiration for that thing you want to do. And you can actually use the things that are being stuck to help lead your curiosity. How does someone whose family has never lost weight do it. Now, usually first pass, you're not going to get the answer. Sometimes you do automatically, right? And sometimes not. So if you happen to be wanting inspiration for losing weight or looking better, this applies to anything. I've got some quick hit things to help you feel better. First of all, I worked with some very famous actresses, people you'd recognize, people who are gorgeous, and trust me, they are always, maybe even more than you, down on themselves about the way they look. So I just want you to know, especially if you're a woman, but not just women, men too, this is a universal thing. There's not something wrong with you. There's actually something wrong with our culture. It's okay. Take the pressure off yourself. You don't have to be perfect. Maybe you're all about the bass, no treble, as the song says. Maybe you're not supposed to be thin. This is how you're going to get into inspiration about this. Maybe you're going to be a famous model because you don't lose your weight. This is how we let go of all these preconceived ideas and like open ourselves up to inspiration or possibilities. The other thing, if I could make a meme, maybe I will one day about this. There have been some. A man looks at himself in the mirror and he's like, ooh, you look good. Woman, not all men, but this is a stereotype. A woman looks in the mirror and goes, X, Y, and Z is not perfect. I did that before I came on here, of course, with my hair, which is always a mess because I always change it and it's curly and whatever. But then I look back at that one video that my makeup wasn't right and the lighting wasn't right. And it's like, I looked better than I thought. Girls, you always look better than you think. Always. Trust me. You look at pictures back when you were younger and you're like, why was I so down on myself? This is how I want you to start thinking about being inspired. You're like, dang, I look better than I think. Or dang, they have these issues too. And then in the example of the guy, I want you to look in the mirror. Just like start today, channel that guy and go, dang, I look so good. Or like, I've said this before, channel your inner narcissist. Dang, I'm amazing. These are different ways to inspire yourself. I've given you like 5 things just then. So you can find stories. You can stop comparing yourselves. You can, or another tip is you can compare yourselves. You can compare yourself and feel better. This is a really petty, immature thing, but this is like your self-talk, right? And you could be like, dang, I look better than blah, 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 blah. That's super petty, but we got to start with where we are. Just build yourself up any way you can and visualize everything that's good about yourself now, but visualize the outcome too. In my example, what I'm really struggling with right now is building community. So one of the things I'm doing is I'm visualizing more and more the outcome. What is it going to feel like? And I'm getting more clear on what it's going to feel like. And I'm actually starting to get excited. Do I know how to get there yet? Not quite, or maybe not all the way. But I do know what it's going to look like to have a community of people getting together, supporting each other, really being connected and feeling empowered. I know what that feels like to sit there and be in that environment. The most connected, the most supported I've ever felt in my life and they've ever felt in their life. That's what it's going to feel like. So visualize the way it's going to feel. Feel it in your body. And the reason this is so important is it really drives you to find the answers to get towards that. Now, something magic will happen. Guaranteed. And I've said before, and I'm going to say this again, what you want will never exactly happen the way you think or in the time frame you want. You always want it faster because our minds are very limited. Our minds are very limited in how it's going to happen. Again, open up your mind because what's happening with me on the connection thing is someone came to me and they said, just randomly, I want to help you with that. Now, if I'm looking at my problem, I'm going to think, I can't connect with people. I'm socially anxious. I don't know who to talk to. That's the problem. Opening up to the inspiration opens you up to not be blind to the offers that are coming to you because I had an offer. Actually, I had 2 offers. One just came to me. This person said, I want to help you with this. And the other was like, let's talk through this. I have some ideas for you. I never would have pursued these things. It's more about the work of being curious and opening up your mind and looking for inspiration than doing those hard things. And so the inspired action will come if you do these things. You'll be like, oh, I need to do that thing, and that feels really good. And it's going to feel smaller than you think. It's going to be this tiny thing. And it's going to be something really different. It may be something out of left field that does not even match the goal you have, but it's going to lead you there. Trust me on this. Y'all, I'm 63 years old. Forget I'm a life coach and I've written books about this. From my life experience, this is the way it happens. It's the most random things that happen that lead you to your goal. I'm 63. I had my son when I was 48. I had my twin girls when I was 50. The problem was, before this was ever the answer, is I missed my older kids that I didn't have as much as I wanted because of divorce. I missed them terribly. It was extremely distressing to me. You who've known me a long time know that story. My congressional testimony was about that. That was a big problem. I did not know how to solve it. What ended up happening is I ended up having 3 more kids at that age, and all my kids were so excited, and we became one big happy family again. I didn't know how to solve it. You know what happened? I was watching, I think I was reading like online news, and I found out that John Travolta's wife, Kelly Preston, was pregnant at 47. I was 47, and I went down the whole rabbit trail of doing IVF, and it just, honestly, within a year from there, I had my son in my arms. Never would have thought that's the way it would have happened. I promise you, if you can get off the problem, get into more inspired habits, like I'm going to be curious, and trust that the answers are going to come to you in a way that you didn't expect it, these things will happen. They will happen for you. Now, in the next video, we're going to talk about celebrating your wins. Some of us don't let ourselves celebrate wins, but I want you to have this ability to look forward to your wins and, spoiler alert, not beat yourself up when they don't stay satisfying for very long because you want to do the next thing. Like, subscribe, please support me. A comment goes a long way, even a heart. Anything you can do to help keep me motivated and inspired, and let me inspire you, and you can inspire me a little bit, right? Every little bit helps. See you next time. Have a great, inspired, easy, energetic, fun day. Till next time. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.
See ya.